It's me. It's not the phone, it's me. Take responsibility. Yeah, like I was saying, I guess I didn't get interrupted as soon as I thought, and it never happens that way. But I do have stuff to get off my chest. That's why we're here. So yeah, you wanna meet each other's logic, and then you got people that's gonna come in and they're gonna be close to you. There's gonna be people you haven't seen in a while. People gonna have changed. We went through a fucking lot. Yeah, I kicked one of my brothers out. Kicked her mom and her sister out. These things that had to be done, and you don't get good feelings from doing bad things. You don't get good feelings from doing bad things. I was fighting for, my family. So, yeah, motherfuckers had to go. That was a thorn in a lion's paw. So, not finna take that. Yeah, and the guy wouldn't work. So, that was a problem. It wouldn't work for nothing. Can we get a place together and you won't work? And then self-sabotage is one of my negatives. Have to put them out there for sure. We won't grow. I just intervene, and I end up with the girl after we fell out because, like I said, I'm not taking no cheating, and she did too. But I left because I said I wasn't gonna take it. You know what I mean? I meant what I meant. Things changed. Stuff went down. People got in our home, Well, first and foremost, she lied to me in the beginning, and that's pretty much what it was. And she said, "You don't forgive." Okay, and I do forgive constantly. First and foremost, there's nothing more forgiving about a cancer introvert like me. And I'm not half nothing. I'm 69 sideways all the way. Unless I make my mind up, I make my mind up. I say what I mean what I say. Irrationality doesn't compute as irrational. You know what I mean? There's no sense of it. Can't make that make sense. It doesn't sense it. Excuse me. Can't make that make sense. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Things are that don't matter. Moving into what you say, that would be things that don't matter. This bird kind of threw me off. But yeah, things that don't matter. Vain. Speaking in vain, I don't deal with it. I can't listen. I was on out, and I am unconsciously, I'm trained that way through my alpha being. Now, I am alpha for sure. Now, doesn't mean you don't have beta thoughts. You got betas and simps around you at all times. Understood? Now, most of the time, to prevail, you have to be the lone wolf. But that's not ultimately true. We can run in packs. There's things that are threaded out here to veer people off track. You have one of my friends at work, I can't remember his name, cool guy though. He said, I met him. In other words, I can't say friend, but as far as I can tell, I didn't know his unintentions. Anytime I find some unintentions, I try to reveal them. But other words, the point was, he said there are people that are natural people inhibitors. Natural people inhibitors. They run around to inhibit people, and bring other people down. Now, not this guy, I like to say his name. This guy, man, I'm just looking like, he's like older than me. He's an old guy, You got these guys and these are this type of guy. He's like, oh well, shit, I'm already on the way out, so I'll take somebody with me. Selfish, that guy that talk mess, rather talk crap to you. than play you a fair game. You know what I mean? The dark psychology. And I read this when I was in a halfway house. And things are coming clear, you know? It's horrible, it hurts. I mean, but that's the point. Certain things are taken to make certain things happen. There's this guy, though, this other guy, he used the Bible to attack me. Now, and it was a lesson, in other words, of how the Bible is also a weapon. You know, how things could be used. Right. Good things shouldn't fall in the wrong hands of people, the bad people that are going to use it wrong. I also can say I created monsters myself. You know. So sober wise, no. Sober wise, no. I would never go outside of my significant other or my circle to counsel with anybody unless things are wrong, and that's how it is. And you don't want to do that. That's the first mistake. You know. So it's said to be you can't do nothing about it because the nature of emotional creature and the other emotional creature is to open the other one up and know everything about that person spy wise, and it's like a psychological anatomy of that character of that sex mindset, you know what I mean, or trait, however you put it, whatever it is. I know that I don't know nothing, you know what I mean. Knowing that you know nothing because I don't, you know, but I know what I do know because I have proof, you know, and that no man has told me. And when I say men, I want you to understand when you hear my voice and I say men, I'm speaking for women and men, as in mankind, our race. I don't like segregation. I disgust it. It doesn't make sense, and there's negative integers in that. Naturally, me being entwined and stand up to par with that's instilled in me through my drug addictions, and I can't even say drug addiction, through my addiction of this habitual self-sabotage. That's what it is. I have a vision of self-sabotage. I mean, my sister, she says I'm emo, and I guess I probably am. I mean, I had experienced 14, cut myself, a nice little rough upbringing, but I cure myself, you know, and I say thanks, and I suggest this book, and you keep this book around if you find it, a hardback, blue, white, and yellow, making a good brain better, and making a good brain great, you know. And there's another one also. I'm not sure where it is, but it is a great book. I lost my freaking cool, my first relationship. It was tough, very new, you know, and it was with a Caribbean woman. I kind of came to this thing like I'm not finna really date American women around 2005 because my thing was never holding on. You got you first and foremost. That don't happen until you get to that person, and that's anybody. You know, nobody's. There's people that let their guard off. They don't have morals, etc. You know, and then they're always like, oh, well, I can't stand this type of person because they're worse than them. They have to find something worse than them. You know. Now my thing is, like I was saying, like right now, where I'm at in this town, there's a lot of hatred stuff and pedophile mixed with hillbilly attributes going around, and I'm just like, well, this don't make sense. Positive and cleanliness and that's godliness, but at the same time, these people are unclean and not just outside, inside, you know, with addiction. And I know this, but these are the majority of these Facebook groups and notifications of the pedophile thing and child molester. I mean, I know what child molester mean. I'm not sure. I plan on reading, and I'm going to look up pedophile later today and stuff. But That's negative stuff. Now it's in my video now because it's in my life, and I want it to be known that I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, I know it is something horrible, but you are not doing. You are talking. Now talking, and you make a statement like, "Hey, I want to do this or do that." Now you put somebody's picture up there, and you got all that stuff on that card. Now I don't know what happened, so I'm not going to judge him. First and foremost, I'm not Allah, Almighty God, whomever, the Viking electric person. I'm not nobody, none of them. I'm not nobody. You know, I am somebody, but at the same time, I'm nobody, and that's what makes you somebody. When you understand you're not better than anybody. You know, so it gets lonely when you are like this, and there's nobody else to consult with. It also is attack. Now you have enemies that you have not seen, but they don't like short people with stubby fingers, and you know how that one song goes about the rich snob type people. Yeah, you got people like that. Now there's certain things you can do. I got enough money, I can send money over here to these girls over here, and they ain't healthy at all, but I know what they gonna do, and I know that as long as I do this, essentially they'll be out into the world and they're gonna destroy anything that doesn't feed them the way I do. So that'd be anything lesser of them they're gonna walk over if you let them. Sound like a characteristic. They're gonna do what comes to them. They're gonna go with the flow. You know what I mean? Whatever that means. Now, everybody knows what they know. I don't Wikipedia and read books. No. I don't give a damn male or female. Man, you know what I mean? You men come to me and you talk about, well, let go. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? You can't do that. First and foremost, you just judge me. Some say it's a sin. It happens a lot. I know, naturally, different categories. Now let's not Facebook this. Let's clean this up with understanding. Now, when you don't what was that? Alright, where was that? When you please understand, because when you do not pay, when you do not look into something and you judge it off back, that's racism. And I hear racism is for your own people. I talked to a guy in the store, I don't know the dude for real like that. He was kind of what he was talking about. Well, he came off that way. You know what I mean? Because what you talking about, I don't think you know what the fuck you're talking about. Now, maybe if you speak forward and look me in my eyes when you talk to me, we get some understanding. But when it comes down to it, ain't understanding. I see defeat. I can't do nothing about this person. He taking this, he doing this. I can't do nothing about it. You know, I'm finna blame somebody else. Nah. I'm not that. But point is, yeah. And the subliminal message is bullshit. It's annoying as fuck. Now, and I see people feel like, oh yeah, they want it to be that way. Now, I'm light-skinned Afro-American. I am a target. I am a target for sure. You know. Yeah. Moving on. There's no outside forces that can affect you. I know better. Now that's what I'm saying. Like, so I look at it like, yeah, that stuff is just it's crazy. I always had a lot of negative. I had a lot of evil coming after me, you know. And I believe in spiritual entities, also entities, you know. And I believe we make up this of a body of people, and of a world, a nation, also. And it's a lot of stuff going on. People don't like to talk about, you know. People do a lot of things they don't like to admit, you know. Now, like I said, my thing is, you can't play both sides of the fence. It's not right. It's just not something that's going to be. Now, I've been hearing this to me. But these people look like they're more educated than me, and I feel like they know what they're talking about. So I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna give them a chance. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, oh well, I know I'm smarter than this person. I don't know, because first and foremost, it's a possibility that I might be, just because the way you just because the way you talking to me and coming at me in the first place. Now, if you wanna be straightforward, just talk about what you're talking about. Cause ain't no feelings in this. You know what I mean? When it come down to it, me, I'm a different type of being. You know, I don't want to push the issue with me calling you a bitch and some shit pop off. You know what I mean? But that's another me, and a younger me, and that's something that I don't want to be. You know, something I was smoothing out. Now, when you come to this, you understand that you are more vulnerable than ever. Once you come to the peak of the point where you have your alpha mindset, you have things in line. They say the devil comes at you. Well, I don't know. I see fucking people. You know, big bitches, fat bitches, mad about something or somebody. May not even be you. Maybe just be somebody you akin to, and that person might not even like you or even fuck with you. It's all types of hate. It's war out here. That's the thing. So when you come and you got a question mark, you want to know what the hell going on? It's fucking war. You know. Excuse my French. Let me try to calm down. Um, I am. I do get in my feelings about these things, because this is what we raising our kids in. You know what I mean? This is stuff we raising our kids in, and yeah, I understand a lot of it. And I'll tell you something very wise from a doctor I spoke to. I spoke to a lot of wise people and stuff, you know, and that's what matters. That's what I seek. I don't seek. Uh, I've never seeked a partner. I've always seeked knowledge. You know what I mean? So essentially, I come to that point.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta run to the house and get my shoes and throw my hair on so I can be at work at 1. It's 12:30. He brushing his teeth and everything now.
Yeah, I gotta give me a toothbrush. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I got him. That's a thing where, you know, I started to think, who raised you? You know, who raised you? What the hell type shit is that? I was in jail. I write this stuff down. People going in. You know, I swear. I feel like I'm like the Chinese guy off of Conan. Everybody want to eat so they can get his magic powers that I don't know that I have, that I'm supposed to have, or some bullshit. Like, yeah. Sound crazy? Me too. To me too. Yeah. But you dig deep in this stuff. Well, when you know as much as we know, educated wise, you know, there's a lot of BS. It's a lot of BS. I was thrown off, and you see this shit going on, and that's how it happens, whatever. But so, where was I? Yeah, 18 minutes. It's pumping. That's what's up. But yeah, you got people that's watching and studying you and all this. So I actually experienced this and play the fool to catch a fool. I can literally go get paperwork and write everything down on this. And I don't know if that was something in one of my characteristics of me, and not being aggressive, being passive aggressive, something I reverted to, because I can say this: my conversation, your battles become battles with kings. When you become a king, when you become an alpha, you have battles with them people. You know what I mean? You don't have beef with addicts and stuff like that. Poor people, you know, people that can't put their kids before their addiction, but want to cry about somebody raping them and stuff. Well, if anything, you deserve to die. Why would you feel like this is more important than anything? I understood, yeah, to an extent. Oh yeah, now they're gonna get better, but they have to make their mind up to do it. If that's choice, then that's choice, right? So there's, you know, blame on that. Now, experience wise, now I've came in contact. I wasn't a, how you say, predominant user, nothing like that. Oh, trust and believe. I may be addicted to a person before any type of substance. I'm too stupid to have a drug in my body and think that I need to go get some more of it to make whatever pain I'm feeling stop. And that might be a Nemo thing. I might have some ginger in me. You know, they say most people that are ginger or redheaded, their pain receptors, they handle pain more. Yep, facts. Um, and the thing is, it's so much play into it, and I need to know these things. These things you have to seek. I have a habit of using an I statement, which is also a good thing, you know. And yeah, I want to say like, no, there is betas, but they are betas. I mean, that's why they're betas. Now, some people, you can use everything to your advantage based on how you do it. Now, I don't know how it is in female-wise. You have what, princess and alpha female, you know. Them are different things, and you have the mother, you know, and the passive aggressive, and there's what, more intellectual activity going on once you come to terms of that percentage of emotions and that percentage of testosterones. Well, the balance of the emotions between each anatomy, between that significant other, period, whether it's different anatomy, how they feel, as in emotionally or less emotional, you know. Now, I had a less emotional thing. Understood, I'm guessing what I'm perceiving is everything, well, nothing matters, was what I've said the last thing that I was told with my ex or significant other, whatever. Nothing matters, you know. And this was brought up in a church of a people, I'm guessing mostly Caucasian, that nothing matters. And that's why you see a lot of the unclean things, you know, besides the heinous title, or the things that work favor-wise, that go unnoticed by the unconscious mind, by the subconscious mind. I might wait bird watching at the same time. There you go. But yeah. So yeah, it's tough, and there's variables in it. And you can overthink things. But trust and believe. These bitter, miserable women, Asian with mustaches, yeah, pay attention to that too. When you see a mustache, this could be mean problems down there, you know. I'm not in it to hold nobody back. As I get older, I want to help other people out. I'm in an environment where there are a few of people that actually want to help the next man out, you know, and not just get something out of it. And I guess I had a friend tell me I had a problem with not being intimate with people and saying I'll lead them on. Now, understand this. I may be a blonde at certain things, but communication is not one of them. Trust and believe that. And yeah, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself, and pay attention. I'll tell you what. And if you're gonna be an alpha, I mean, pay this everything. You must journal daily. Daily. Now, I will tell you, there's gonna be emotional feeling, a type of feeling that comes upon you when you journal this. When you journal your good days, you know what I mean? I guess it would be good to start on a good day. Yeah, the best time to start anything is now. Millionaire mindset for sure. So yeah, you don't want to waste no time. Time is precious. Time is valuable. You know what I mean? The moment you come in contact, I'm not sure where my IQ is at. now, but I know I'm somewhere of understanding. My IQ, get your IQ where you can get it. First and foremost, you must start on yourself. You can't do nothing until you defeat yourself. You must not be upon another person or being that can see your faults that you have not already recognized. You know, if you are upon that person must, and then you're around that person on a basis, that person has to be a, a psychiatrist or a doctor. First and foremost, you have to get with self before anything. Once you get with self, you'll have understanding and you'll be good and you'll know you can win in certain situations. Now, why am I able to say this? But my situation fucked up and it's not that. Yeah. Well, the art of war, you know, I was paying attention to it curiously while it was happening, you know, and things happen. People come into the home, things get stolen, happiness, you know, people cheat, etc., you know, and I was in on probation and stuff like that, and I was introduced to these drugs, and I was attacked by these informers. Now these people are dangerous people. I say who? I don't know who more dangerous, the people out here in society committing crimes, or them, or who's doing it. You know what I mean? I seen a couple. I seen sisters get with an older guy, beta, male guy, beta, you know. And I'm gonna start from the scenario. I'm already in the slush. I don't have nowhere to go. I'm out in the wilderness once again, which I hate to be, from a conflict with my significant other. Flag number one, you know. And so, yeah, I meet this girl, you know, and knowing they all on a snitch thing, but I've been cast out, you know what I mean? So, like the damn dude off of 300 with the short arm and a hunchback. Dumbest thing ever done. The fuck? I think he ain't gonna switch sides to survive. Anyway, so he like, they're like, yeah. So they're like, the guy, yeah, he killed himself right here in front. He ran into that tree. Older guy, beta, ran his car into a damn tree and killed himself because the girl had a paternity test thing, and this recently just this girl tried to do it with me, on me, and then apple juice and some just weird stuff, taking condoms and stuff, taking them across the street. This other uh, cokehead girl with AIDS talking about people on Facebook putting pictures of sex offenders, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But you sitting around here with AIDS, you messing with kids and younger girl, you know what I mean? What are you talking about? Like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Is your daughter had that shit? Or, I don't know. Anyway, so, hell, you work on yourself. That's why that war is already defeated, because, you know what I mean, simply. And there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and these guys that have no title, it could be from anybody of any empowerment, doctrine, police officer, mayor, you know what I mean, and things can change, you know. The Watchmen, that's a movie, for instance. The Watchmen, if you know, yeah, that happened. People made that happen. Men creating their own monsters. But yeah, it's not. It's just not. This stuff's not cool. It's a lot. Like I said, it's an ongoing battle out here. We gotta stick together. And I believe in certain things happening for a reason. Now, due to certain situations I went through, my upbringing and how I look at them, you know what I mean? I don't really care. I didn't care. They weren't important to me. I was a kid. I was alone. I was left. Now, the thing is, physical. That's okay. That's Brutus. A beta can be physically alpha in the eyes of a female based on uh, how he carries himself. You know what I mean? That would be a positive one. Well, physically has a big a long schlong, you know what I mean, big dick, whatever, you know what I mean, but these are also opinionated men, you know what I mean, to the next, and understand that you can't be a woman or a man if what's said to you has anything to do with you personally from somebody that doesn't matter or wish negative upon you. So you can say whatever to me, you know what I mean, the N-word, and a nigger, all that shit, that I know what it means. The funny thing is, when the people talk to you a certain way, they revealing their self and their characteristics about you, and especially that type of thing, you telling me that that's what you are. So most likely I'm gonna laugh, and I'm not gonna tell you. You never help the enemy out. Let him be a fool, you know? Especially, and if he chooses to be the enemy, you know? They say make more enemies than friends. Hell, I'm on top of that, baby. Like, it's too easy, you know. And yeah. Now, my situation, I'm being diagnosed and judged by the world as God was, you know. Now they say when people treat you bad, they're making your crown, they're making a crown for you, making it better, you know. And that's for, you know, my fellow Christians, you know. And then you have the other things, and see that I am entwined with the understanding that everything is everything, not nothing matters. I have a speck in the back of my head with that because it was chiseled by a person that I felt that I was not felt with that feeling, but negative energies naturally happen. I was entwined with over a period of time between, I'll say, 2012 and 2000, what, 14 or 13, 2011, yeah, 2012, 2013, 14. It was an off and on thing, but it was needed, you know. And I was also learned that this person wanted me to have others outside of it, of the relation. In other words, no matter what, because I had a situation where, yeah, I wasn't as sexually active as this one, as she was, but she was more nicer than she was forward, which would be a problem for a Cancer. Well, for me anyway. Shit, let me stop that. Um. So yeah, at the drop of a dime, get out. First and foremost, pay attention to the first week. Write everything down. Make this video private. I do not want this leaking out. What you care about, you keep secret. Valuable things are sold, not given. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? Take your red pill a day. This would be the first video I ever made. And most likely I'm gonna be edited because you seen I was interrupted by women. Sorry. I'm just talking shit. But yeah. I don't hate women or have nothing against women, and neither should you. Cause they're no different than you. We are all the same, sure. If anybody try to convince you to feel that way as such, deny it. And don't look down on people. I've found information from people that were way older than me, and I end up attracted to this slumness because I would hear stories about my certain parent, or you know, back in their times and history lessons. It was, you know, it was exciting, you know, and it wasn't a bad reputation, but it wasn't a great reputation, but it was a beta reputation. And I'm telling you, this guy he's a legend, and he was loved, respected, you know, well respected. And now there's an illness that fell upon him, you know, things got bad worse, but he was also beta. So now it's hard, you know what I mean? And this man is dear to me. You can guess what kin that could be, you know. Moving on before my negative integers run down my face. Yeah, some of that shit sound like hate to women. I felt that way, and it comes into that. People can make you feel that way. Things turn into things, and chemicals happen. Love turns into obsession. You know. Now the man problem is we don't call the police enough. Now the thing is, all you pussy you call the police because it's beta ties. You know what I mean? And feminized. Don't call the damn police. Person call the police on you. You never date them. You never get rid of them. Never, ever. Cut everything off. You know? It's dead. That's tough, though. Especially when you already got in too deep. And that's another thing. These emotions, through certain men, can juggle them. And naturally like to have each and every level of them. You know, sad, happy, and you can see it. Bipolarism and crazy is just a definition of that type of men, and that is approved. You know what I mean? Now this man has minstrels, has all type of things going on. This man has, you know, the same organs, but different anatomies, and the story is told. Adam and Eve. Right now, Sodom and Gomorrah, I'm not understood. I don't know. I'm looking at that. I mean, I guess it could be a good read and understand. It may bring some light. Maybe it can change my future. Never know. But yeah, she cheated, and then there said some more story that well he left her. You know what I mean? And so she cheated, and he needed her or whatever. Now, it's the difference between me going to go pick up some money or go grab something that's owed to me, and you feeling like, oh, if you ain't here at the house by a certain time, there's somebody else in my bed. Now, I have to go down, I have to be, most of the time, you have a problem with somebody, it's a lawsuit paperwork, or you got to go to that person, and there has to be some type of understanding made. Physically, preferably verbally, you know. I'm going way out of town. Shoot, this money is still owed out there. But yeah, I am with this friend, you know, and a good friend of mine. Hold on. Trail. Shiesty. But yeah. Now the movie, like it's like you have that doubt planted. Once doubt get planted, then it's your brain runs with it. So it's up to you to be aware of these negative things, because they'll tear your happiness apart, and that's the goal. Excuse me. Feeling gas. But yeah. So thinking about going in here. I gotta feed my dad. Aunt ran off at 12:48. Shit, I'm not together. I'm not good enough for anybody right now. But yeah, first and foremost, you have to start with self. So that's what I'm doing. Cause I mess around and down there burn the house down yesterday. You know, know yourself. Work on yourself. Fix yourself first and foremost. Guys, betas, however you want it, what you want to be. You know, first and foremost is an alpha. You know, get yourself together. Play the fool to catch a fool. Drunk man tell no tales. Listen to this crap that's out here. Like, you know what I mean? If you sleep with this person, you just like them, or no, you're not. You know, that person was poor, they wanted money, they come sleep with me, or I'll go sleep with them. Anyway, you know, it's all types of things. The lack, the root of the root of money is evil. No, the lack of money is evil. People rob, steal, kill for money. You know what I mean? Shit happens. Now, when it comes down to the other scenario, the other situation of the world, it's intimate. So love the world is frowned upon. Understood. You have to step aside of that. Me, I'm a gray man. I'm also a gray man. It's always good to be a gray man. You know what I mean? You want to push these pieces on the board. They say, which I like this thing, and for me to state it and stick with it, I have to study into it. So the man that rules the chessboard also rules the world. Your sacrifices, understood. Understand that. And to be abundant, yes, you have to be abundant, for sure. Now, I'm not gonna, I'm finna wrap this up. It's going on 40 minutes and stuff, you know what I mean? And I don't know what I haven't touched bases with. I didn't use a template or nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's first run, so I'm just seeing how it go. You know, I want to touch bases and stuff. Got a lot on my chest. And I got a lot of rubies and jewels to give. Not give, but yeah, to. Yeah, better to give or receive. Yes, which I would like to. But I know these things are valuable, and certain tactics and things have to be responsible. Got to be responsible for it. So, yeah, I lost everything. I decided to make the decision to stay when I was at the door, and I knew things were bad. You know, emotions, sometimes you really got to cut them off. Now that's a good thing, and I was leaving every time. At the same time, it was worked out, so, because, yeah, I know now. And I knew, and I found out, basically, it was to protect me. But at the same time, when a person aims to harm you in the midst of how they feel, don't make a decision that will ruin everything forever. And also, I'll say, never pull a Cupid's arrow out, ever. That's just not smart with a certain man. And I'll go on also to a characteristic, and I don't know how this works with saying history stuff. I'm a history buff. Hitler. Yeah. Betas don't overreact. Certain men don't react. Now, whatever, I don't care. You know what I mean? Either you matter, or don't matter. Who's it matter to matters. But yeah, you cannot. See, I veer off track. I'm doing that to myself, and that's a good thing that I'm documenting and paying attention to. Because I'm over. My mind is under a lot of stress, and sometimes you need to also know that you could be under stress and not even know it. So it is good to daily diagnose. There's more one ways to skin a cat. I know that, right? K-Block. Mr. Harrison. There's more ways to skin a cat. But, yeah. I don't even know where I was at. I had to play it over. What did I say? Yeah, you gotta work, you gotta repertoire this, you gotta review it over and over. And when it comes down to it, yeah, be abundant, be assertive. And that's not always easy. But you have to learn to learn. Look into these words. Break things down into variables. Don't be the simplest. You know what I mean? Some things can be figured out simple. Now we go back to the Teos. Balance. Not too much of nothing is bad, and everything is good and bad and good. You know what I mean? It's good everywhere and it's bad everywhere. You know what I mean? But it has its own lane. You know? Certain negativities, certain energies bring certain entities, you know, and entities and stuff, you know what I mean? There is energy for sure. E equals MC squared. You know what I mean? For sure. Um, Education is a beautiful thing. It's great. Beautiful mind. Think of that movie. I'll forget how it was. I probably remember when I watch it again. But yeah, I am an introvert for sure. Spent a lot of time by myself. A lot of things didn't sit well with me that was hidden from me. Thing is, you can't hide certain things from certain people, especially the alpha and knows and has their swivel on GPS sonar first and foremost. Now, and alpha can be beta ties and simp. You know what I mean? Anybody, we are, yeah, pieces on the chessboard. We are of people. There's things that are changeable, and there's ways of going around it. You know, and it doesn't all have to be dark solid psychology. But like any negative thing, that's the thing that's noticed first and foremost. So. You get to a certain point. No, the 48 laws of power. No, you get to a certain point, which is said. Um, Once you become this and you get your empire and great, you're alpha. You have this instinct. You are now evolved. You are evolved. You are a man. Now, don't title yourself based on who you're around. But you know these negativities. Also, recently something I also learned in the cell. Water equals out water. Water evens out water. So if you were a piece of shit ass person, that is what that DNA is going to you're going to have transfers that DNA with that person that they're not happy and they're not happy for you. Get away from first sign. First, a woman doesn't raise their voice. They talk calmly, respectfully. They're confident, understanding, and they'll never, ever disrespect anybody else's kids. Because, especially when they have kids, because they don't want it done to them. But that might be another sign of character of man, probably the majority, It's a lot of talking and there's no practicing, there's a lot of preaching and no practicing, you know what I mean? It's vain. I don't got that to do. Yeah. False prophecy or whatever you claim, that means you're not. But you do not, but what is it? Everything before it means nothing. So work on that. You can't do these things that open your. Where was I? I'm getting blanks. Mind going, huh? So yeah, as I was saying, I was an alpha. I am alpha. I was compromised. My home, my castle, people came in. We got bum ass addicts sitting around plotting on you, waiting on assistance, messing with these underage girls, trying to get money out their dad, and trying to get in a family somewhere where they can have somebody take care of them. Beta fish. It's different types of beta fish. Pisces is one of them. Now, I can go through all this stuff. I mean, it's there, but this is where it matters. So, like I said, I'm gonna close this up. Take your red pill every day, for sure. protect yourself first and foremost. Get protection. Now, me, I'm an active physical person. I like fish. You know what I mean? And it come down to it, I know I healed myself before, and I was the only one that did it or even gave a damn to do it. Now, the strangers, where that saying is, you'll find a stranger that will care about you more than your own fucking brother or sister. Brother or sister, excuse me. But true. Psychiatry is all my life. Yeah. So it's something. I feel for them people. And it's just because that one simple scenario or one thing that I needed answered, or that one question that I needed somebody to ask me without judging me, or that one, acceptance, or that one chance that you get asked, that one chance that you need, to trying to get your life together to help you out, and nobody else would do it. They would see you walking, getting in, and want rides, like all that. Once you get stuff together, now you want rides for me. Little bro, bitch. And I can't. It's there, but I know this too. If they hear this, and then they know. So, because I'm not the person I want to expose, but I see how it's working now, like this Facebook and this Messenger stuff, like, these are the people you gotta use, work with, hey, when it come down to it, you might not like gay men, but they keep your women occupied, or something like that. I don't fucking know, but truth be told, yes, everybody's here for a reason. And I also had learned that later. And like I said, I had my swivel on, and I made a decision to be in a relationship, and knowing that I couldn't, and you know what? It was like a waste of time, about 5-6 years wasting it. And come on. You can't be with an alpha and they don't know everything about you and they can't read you. We such as a Jedi. Come on now. And you and I know this. We don't accept ordinary love. This is unacceptable. So, other than that, leave us the fuck alone. It doesn't. It's useless. Now, to be pursued, like Jesus, and beaten and attacked and battered, it's hard not to have that sight of self-image. And it's, how you say, bestowed, or, forced upon you, try to. It's an amplification of a certain man. And it's not always good. Now, weaknesses are shown, like, somebody told me they were out of my league, and first and foremost, I'm in a situation of survival, and the objective was to get help and help who helped me, and forever, everlasting love, have them in my heart, like I do with everything. I guess, not saying no, I don't love every fucking body, not in the same sense, that's stupid, because you know better. Stupid means you know better. So in other words, for you to say something like that, nigger, ignorant, etc., come on, and where we at? Because first and foremost, you gotta be eligible to even talk to me, Obama. You feel me? So before you talk to me, you gotta prove to my representative. Find somebody to represent you. That's a good thing. Always have a representative, somebody representative. It's a good thing. I don't care if you have to pay them. Representation is is a better reflection than your own. A person that tries to stand up for themselves is seen to try to stand up for themselves. And it goes back to Tails, his balance. He go deeper. Either way, I'm not finna get into that. Point is, self first. I made that decision not to walk out that door due to the threats of rape. If I did, I didn't care. I was abundant. But I kept going back, so it was already there. And stressed can lock the mind up. Too much stress will lock the mind up. There's such thing as anxiety. You know what I mean? Now, I was working on myself. How I hold it. Now, essentially, you can put pressure and pipes will bust. Essentially, it's just repetitive. How long? So it don't exist. But well, interrogation turns into abuse. You know what I mean? Raising your voice is yelling at a person, which happened to is assault, right? Could be seen as assault on a female. So I mean, there go the T-top. So you got, I mean, that man of care, that certain man has that on their side. You know what I mean? And that's not instilled in them. That's not a physical attribute or nothing like that. Whoa. Now we're not being sexist. Now understood. Now we gonna, based on how we want to paint pictures, we paint pictures. You want the world to see this presented. Saying it's not enough, it'll never be. Now, yeah. Leave comments, suggestions. Let me know what you think. Not too many questions I won't answer about self, especially. I'm looking to do some taking pictures of documents today. I have a lot of evidence. Just document stuff, documentation. I might got money somewhere buried in this yard, and for sure, I can't even say might. High possibility. Notes and documentation, proof of evidence, all type of stuff around me that I need to go dig up. But due to my slip into addiction, my beta moment, you know what I mean? When those sucker attack, dumbass, it's that nigga shit. No. Yeah. It was the outside forces. You can have a good person, and people can try to change that and plan it out. Be assertive. Attack quickly and destroy. Anything you hurt is a possibility it can come back to hurt you. Anything that can remember or old enough to come back and hurt you, Genghis Khan, destroy it. Kids and all. Now, that is a certain character of man, but it's in all men. Amen. So, where that event doesn't occur anywhere in history, let me know. Meanwhile, betas, stick with us. We love y'all. Alphas, I love y'all. We gotta stick together. United we stand, divided we fall. How do we conquer? Divide, break things down in variables. Understand it from its simplest form. And when you know that that's just a review, that's understanding that it's naturally in you. There's power and greatness and gifts in you, Now, me, I've never been the type to sit around and think about pussy or